Got a site at the Straits campground on the way up to Craig Lake. Campsite's right on Lake Michigan with a good view of the bridge. We're having hot dogs, baked beans, and potato chips our first night. You guys ready for Craig Lakes tomorrow? Lake Michigan is calm this morning at Straits State Park. There's the Mackinac Bridge. We're heading to Craig Lake, baby. That's really cool. We're at Van Riper State Park. We got to check in for the campsite here.
Your name is? Welcome. Yep, Rick.
Craig Lake State Park. We are on the 7-mile drive on the dirt road to get to the lakes. Craig Lake Trailhead, 5.7 miles. There are quite a few moose sightings along this road. Rick's skillfully navigating this road, and the road has been very well maintained so far, but no moose yet. They're leaving without me! Stop! Stop! We almost there. 2:20 in the afternoon. We made it after a 45-minute drive down a decent dirt road. This is the parking. Got about a quarter-mile hike to the lake with our kayaks. Got them all loaded up. Rick's just fell apart. We got problems. Here we go. 3 o'clock, we're starting our quarter-mile journey to Craig Lakes. Just a 15-minute walk down the portage to get to the end of Clark Lake. We're bringing our kayak carriers back. That is literally the cleanest outhouse I've ever seen in my life. We are at Craig Lake, heading out onto the lake to campsite 21. Colors are changing. Let's do it, man. Let's get out there. Got 2 miles to go to our campsite. The wind is howling out here today, but it's in the 60s, so the temperature's nice. That wind is just blowing crazy today. This is a monsoon. Holy cow. We don't have far to go, but tonight's dinner, Subway. We made it to our campsite. This is it. There's Paul Daverman, food bag. There's Paul, Rick, and me, and our fire pit. We're all settled in. We thought there was supposed to be a outhouse at this site, and we haven't found it. So just wandering around looking to find an outhouse. A lot of rock outcroppings. This is near our site. Nice overlook of the lake. There's looking south from our campsite. Here's the kitchen. And Paul, what are you making tonight?
I am making some dehydrated turkey chili.
Rick's having a bagel. He's not that hungry. You couldn't ask for a more perfect spot for a dinner. Tuesday morning. A lot of fog on the water this morning. up. It's in the 40s. Cooking us some breakfast. There's the camp this morning. How's your coffee this morning? Warming you up?
It's hot and delicious.
There's a cool little filter. The water's about boiling. It is boiling. Rick's got this handy dandy gravity mini Sawyer feed going. We are off on a hike. We're gonna do a loop to North Country Trail and around Craig Lake. The first section is bushwhacking to get to North Country Trail. This way, guys.
Yep, bushwhacking with Cat, our favorite.
Right up here. Okay, we're still searching for the North Country Trail. Paul is in the lead. This is crazy thick. Out of the tangled, unexplored jungle, still looking for the trail. We're heading back to camp. That bushwhacking got kind of bad. We're almost back to our camp after a failed attempt cross country. 10:55, made it back to camp. We are gonna head over to the Clear Lake Portage and do the North Country Loop and the other loop around Craig Lake. Getting on his water shoes, ready to go. There's our campsite, 21. There's 20 right over there. Here's the tent area. Got a little toilet at their site. Here's the view from site 20. There's ours right across there. What do you think of that site?
Not
It's not bad. Here's campsite number 2. Here's the portage to Clear Lake. Walking over to site number 2 from the portage trail, the fire pit, then down this way is the camping. Here's a tent site. There's the pit toilet. We're gonna check out the portage trail to Clear Lake before we do the loop trail. Here we are, just arrived at Clear Lake. Looks like an easy portage. We are leaving the Clear Lake Portage Trail, heading clockwise around Craig Lake. This trail is deluxe. They got a boardwalk bridge across this little stream. This is a great lunch spot. Got the usual tortillas and Cliff Bars and gorp and pudding. Lots of rock outcroppings, valleys, ups and downs. This trail is marked very well. Some pretty large cedars on this trail. Here they come. Lots of rock underneath us. There's the bridge. North Country Trail just up ahead. There's the North Country Trail intersection. McCormick Wilderness, that way, 9.3 miles. My favorite place in the UP. And we're gonna go this way. There's the North Country Trail Blue Blaze. I'm on my own. Rick and Paul are heading back to camp. I'm gonna keep going around the lake. There's the North Country Trail. This trail goes to camping sites and loops back into the North Country Trail. I'm going to check out these campsites. This trail's a little harder to follow, but they do have some orange flagging on the trees. Crossing the trail for the portage to Crooked Lake. And I'm going to take a right down the portage trail to the campsites. beginning of the portage from Craig Lake to Crooked Lake. Checked out campsite number 5, and the other ones are hiking a ways in to get to them, but I didn't see any trails, so gonna keep heading south back to the North Country Trail. Back on the North Country Trail. No moose. Came up to the side trail to campsite 6, 7, and 8, and I'm gonna head into there. Campsite 6, very nice. And right next to it, campsite 7. And here's campsite number 8. Heading back to the North Country Trail intersection. Heading to the south end of Craig Lake. Back at the kayak launch. These are campsites 10, 11, and 12. This is 10. Nicest one of the 3, I think. Heading west out of the kayak launch. There's the North Country Trail going west to Teddy Lake and North Dakota. This is going to be a very easy section of trail on the west side of Craig Lake. Passing through a very beautiful forest of sugar maples, a few river birch growing on these rocks. Here's the split off. That goes up to Clear Lake, Highlight Creek Trail, and this goes to the Craig Lake Trail and cabins. Just arrived at the first cabin. Looks pretty nice. I've only run into 3 people so far on the trail today. And there's a second cabin, and I just filled up my water bottle at the pump. The road is ending at the second cabin and turning back into a trail. So hike into campsite 20. It says campsite 20, and there's Rick and Paul over at our site. Now I'm back on track. There's a little section coming out of the campsite, and it's kind of difficult to follow. Made it back to the portage site. Now I just got a couple-minute portage back to our campsite. Bottom is very sandy, very nice for putting the kayak in. Very nice hike today, really enjoyed it, pretty easy. Didn't get to see any moose or bear, maybe next time. Made it back to campsite. We attempted to hike through here to the trail, and it's pretty thick. We went back. Then we portaged across here, hiked around here, crossed the bridge to the North Country Pathway, hiked all the way around, went here, visited some of those campsites around, up here, these campsites, around like this, saw the cabins, back to camp. I'm back. Hello. I think they're in their tents. Perfect place to sit and relax after a day of hiking. Going all out tonight, we're gonna have corned beef hash, eggs, and beans. And look at that, looking good, Rick. Homegrown eggs from Trinity.
Trinity the chicken.
Falls Chicken, Trinity. We're also doing beans along with our corned beef and hash and eggs. Look at that, homegrown eggs.
Nope. Floaty.
This is dinner. There they are, relaxing at camp from the beautiful lookout. 7:22. It is so peaceful out here. All I hear is some running water, and it's just still tonight. This is very fitting, a Miller High Life in the Craig Lake High Life Reserve, founded by the Miller family. They used to own this land. Eight o'clock Wednesday morning, another blue sky. It got cold last night, got frost on my life jacket and ice on my kayak. Rick's got the drone going this morning. Rick's making his oatmeal. Got the hot chocolate this morning. You guys sleep good last night?
Pretty good, yeah.
We're enjoying a good breakfast before heading out on the kayaks. We're leaving camp on a kayak excursion. Hey, Paul.
Good morning.
There goes a fish. Here's the cabins up ahead. This is the northernmost cabin. I think we found the entrance to the waterway to Wilderness Lakes Reserve. 10:30, I think we're on the waterway to the Wilderness Lakes Reserves. And this is the road that dead ends at the cabins. Paul just bottomed out. This is a problem. Paul made it through the rod. Got all the ice on the water this morning. There goes Rick cruising by. Winding our way through this channel amongst the leather leaf, white pines, tamaracks, cedars, lily pads, just gorgeous. And this is moose country here, so we're hoping to possibly spot a moose. Just cruising along the channel, nice and easy today. Looks like it's a small channel going that way, but we're gonna go this way. Looks like we got a major beaver dam to cross over here. We got a beaver dam to get over. Just pull the kayak over. I'm over. Difficult getting through that muck, but he's making it. He's making progress. Just gotta climb up over this. He's out. Oh, he's going down. He's sinking.
There we go.
Rick's coming over. Hey, Rick. You made it. Now we continue on. Hopefully there's no more beaver dams. I think one of these channels could be going back into Teddy Lake, but it could be up ahead. But this is widened out. Getting kind of congested in here. Hopefully there's not another beaver dam. Looks like there might be. Another small beaver dam at this point. Got another channel through here. Don't know if I can make it far. We're gonna make an attempt for a crossing here, and then up there it looks really iffy. It's mucky, very mucky. See if there's a way to portage the kayaks through here to the other side. I think we're at the end of the road. This is so dried up in here. And I think we're close to the reserve, but we're not going to make it. Hello? This is the end of the road. Gonna head back, defeated, to the spot for lunch. Peanut butter and tortillas. What a peaceful spot for a break, you guys. Nice place for some pudding. Favorite part of the lunch. We're on our way back out of here. You're going the wrong way. You're going backwards. Heading back to Craig Lake after a failed attempt to get to the bridge at the reserve. Across the dam. I'm gonna see Paul capsize. He made it. Good job, Paul. Paul is like literally stuck in the muck. He's going an inch per stroke. Some picture plants. We're back to Craig Lake after a very peaceful and enjoyable kayak down the waterway. I'm right in here, and I'm gonna go counterclockwise around the rest of the lake back up to camp. There's the Canadian geese taking a break on their way south. South end of the lake. Now I'm heading north down the east side of the lake. Gonna look at some of the campsites. There's campsite number 8. And it has a marker on the tree. See the fire pit up in there. There's campsite 7, and just beyond it, campsite 6. There's campsite 6 right up there. Portage to Crooked Lake. Here's site 4. Nice entry spot. Lots of room for tents on this site. Here's the trail from site 4 to site 3. Here's site number 3. About a 1-minute walk from 4. This is a really nice. There's a beautiful view. Here's the view from site 4. o'clock. This should be site 9 right up ahead. Here is site number 9. This is the nicest site I've seen so far. This is very nice. Lots of room for tents, table, fire pit. Gets spread out. Be kind of exposed in heavy wind, but this is the best site I've seen. There's site 9. Heading back to our campsite. Arriving back at camp. Home sweet home. Paul is literally falling asleep in his chair in this beautiful sunshine. There's a rock cliff. Got a good stack of firewood. Probably lasts a couple nights. Rick is trying his hand at fishing. There's walleye, muscalons, crappie, trout, bass. A lot of fish in this lake. If he can't catch something, something's wrong. He's got Ready Wise noodles and beef. That looks pretty delicious.
And cream of mushroom sauce.
Oh, nice. Paul's cooking
Hereford roast beef with gravy.
I'm doing some potatoes, cheese, beef stroganoff, and potatoes. Guys, it's a good dinner. Got our fire going early tonight. I'm gonna take a stroll over to Clare Lake, maybe spot some wildlife. Walking to Clare Lake. There's Clare Lake tonight. Gonna go see if I can find the campsite on Clare Lake. Thought it was going to be easy getting to this campsite, but it's a lot further than I thought. It's a tangled mess trying to get through here to this campsite. Alright, I hiked about 10 minutes looking for this campsite, but it's a lot further than I thought it was, so I'm going to head back to the portage trail. Gotta get out of here before dark. The sun is setting and I'm wandering through the brush. 7:15, finally made it back to the portage trail. That was a lot longer walk than I anticipated. There's the High Life Creek Trail. That goes all the way around and ends up over near the cabins. 7:20, made it back to Craig Lake, and there's the moon. $7:30, arrived back at camp. Sitting around the fire. Next fire.